because of that gut-brain axis, the person is creating depression. My anxiety can be because of my gut. How my gut is affecting my brain. How this is happening? Let's talk about this inflammation. Inflammation. It's the thing that most people don't know about it. They even don't know what's inflammation. Remember, first thing for you to remember forever, there are two types of inflammation: the good inflammation, the bad inflammation. Good inflammation, you want the good one. Yeah, good inflammation. I never heard about that. If you are cycling and then you hit on the floor and then blood everywhere, like you literally destroy your skin because like for any situation you fell down, what's going to happen? The inflammation process, that's called acute inflammation, your immune system will be active. They will literally isolate the area to recover your skin because the skin was damaged. For example, you hit something and then now you see that's bleeding, right? You need to recover that area. Imagine if you don't have the good inflammation, what's going to happen? You're going to bleed forever. You die in the next hours. So if you don't have the good inflammation, you would die in the next hours, because anything that happens with you, you don't have that. Is literally, guys, it's beautiful. The first time that I saw how our body is working to protect I literally cried when I saw all the process, like all the signals. Each immune cells has different functions to isolate the area, to recover your skin, to recover the damage. But remember, it's not the damage only outside your body, it's inside as well. Right now, there is a virus attacking your liver. Right now, that's happening, constantly happening. A virus, a bacteria, a parasite is attacking any of your organs, and your immune cells are always constant killing that. And that's incredible. This is happening right now, constantly, every single day. This we call acute inflammation, because the immune cells attack, they recover, they cleanse the area, and then everything goes back to normal. The problem is because of the chronic inflammation. We are here to talk about the chronic one, the one that gives you. There is a paper, check this out. There is a paper published in 2023, last year, beginning of last year, showing that every 5 people who die, 3 of them die because of inflammatory diseases, chronic inflammatory diseases. For example, how many of you already know already someone who died from diabetes, someone who died from stroke, someone who died from any heart issues, any cardiovascular issue, heart attack, anything related to that? How many people that you know? How many people that had a cancer? And this environment always start with an inflammatory environment. All those diseases start with this inflammatory environment, because your body's increasing that inflammation, because your immune system is always your immune system is getting tired of you creating that overreaction. You are the responsible to create that overreaction. We are going to talk about this. Remember, we already know that majority of the death is because of what's the winner worldwide. The winner of death is related to the heart disease, anything related to the heart. Guess what is that? Everything started before an inflammatory environment. And that's what you need to stop, because simple signs of your bloating, simple signs of you 15 years ago, you didn't have any autoimmune disease, you didn't have arthritis, you didn't have anything, but now you found out that you have an autoimmune disease. Today you found out that you have IBS. Today you found out that you have diabetes, or today you found out that you have insulin resistance. Today you found out that you are constantly having constipation. And then now you are guessing that's an allergic constipation. Today you found out that some foods that you are eating is creating some food reaction. You're having food reaction, and this is a sign of allergy. So remember, some food, just because you're having food allergies, that's a sign the inflammation will increase. Sooner or later, this will become chronic inflammation. That's the point. We are going to talk about this. Ready? You need to know how this inflammation is starting. How this is starting. Cool? Ready? Check this out. I want to show this. Can you guys see this? Check it out. Let's see here. You're going to see what's going on inside your gut. Pay attention to this now, guys. Inside your gut. Because of the screen, you're gonna see the word like reverse, but you know already. So this part here is your gut. Your gut is right here, okay? And then this area, this is inside your gut. I'm gonna talk like to be more specific in your small intestine. Small intestine. So here you have your broccoli, the particle. Let me use another pen here. So check it out. Here you have your broccoli going on, like the particles of the broccoli, the particles of your chicken, the particle of your salad, the particle of your seeds, of your nuts. This is happening here, right? The digestion, the stage of digestion here inside your small intestine is happening. Like between them, you also have what? The bacteria, all the bacteria. All the bacteria are here as well happening. Let's say I'm going to put like X. Bacteria inside your small intestine. But remember, you have more viruses than bacteria. So you have also viruses inside your gut, small intestine. You have viruses, you have food, particles of food, you have fungi. Let's say I'm going to put another thing. So fungi inside of your gut. You have a lot of fungi, you have more viruses than bacteria. You have more bacteria than human cells. So just for you to understand, you are the word of trillions of microorganisms. That's what's happening right now. While you are watching me here, inside your gut, that's what's happening. This is life, real life. This is happening right here inside your gut. What's the point? And then you have the lining of the gut. Pay attention. You have the line of the gut right here. What's happening? You always have some cells. So let's consider, I just zoom in for you to understand. In the wall of the line in the line of your gut here, you have cells, right? Let's suppose this is one cell, another cell, another cell, another cell, another cell. These are cells. What's the point? The first thing that you need to know already to blow your mind. Check this out. Some of those cells here, they are in the line of the gut. So remember, you have some protection protecting the line of your gut. They are mucus. They're literally like mucus, right? Here, protecting. Why, Tiago, protecting? Why that matters for me based on my issue? Because every single time that this is not protected, the line of the gut is not protected, you have some immune cells. Can you guys see this? Immune cells, check it out. Right here, outside your small intestine, like going to your bloodstream, right? Outside your small intestine, you have your immune cells as well. You have your T cells, you have your B cells, you have macrophage, you have dendritic cells, you have different types of immune cells. Guys, remember, we love them. They are amazing. Without having those soldiers always checking what's going on inside us, we would die in the next hours. Because they are the responsible for the acute inflammation, for the good inflammation, for us to recover. When any damage happens inside our body, those are the guys who start all the process of good inflammation, acute inflammation. What's the problem? The problem is when you or me, we keep activating them, we literally mess up this equilibrium, this system. How, Tiago? Pay attention now. The first thing that you need to know, let's suppose, can you guys see this, right? Let me show here. I want you all to see that. Pay attention to that, guys. Check this out to blow your mind. Check this out. Look at this. When you are eating some foods, when you are stressed out, when you are anxious, when you forgot to chew the food properly, when you're not having enough stomach acid in your stomach and you're not digesting the food, when you have poor sleep, when you took a medication, when you already have a disease, anything can trigger this situation that I'm going to show you right now. Tiago, what is that? One immune cell called dendritic cell, they literally have like some arms. Pay attention to this to blow your mind. They're gonna they can keep checking what's going on inside your gut. They literally have an arm like this. Check it out. They put their arm inside your gut to see what's going on inside your gut. They literally put the arm like this. Let me analyze what is happening inside to see if I notice any alert, anything that can damage the system, I will attack. It's like a police. There are the police checking what's going on in the street. So they literally put their arm inside between the epithelium, between the cells, and they check what's going on, the particles inside your gut. Okay, let me check this particle of broccoli. Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. And then they touch, they get some signals from another thing. This, let me check this bacteria. No, this bacteria, there are just like some bacteria of that. I will allow that it passes. I will not have no issue with that. Your dendritic cells, one of the soldiers of your immune cell, is always checking what's going on inside your small intestine. Always checking it out. What's the point? Every single time that you're, for example, another thing that you can start having all the inflammation start going up, is when you are not eating variety of food. If the dendritic cell, you start noticing that you are creating, there are many bad bacteria and not too many good bacteria, like you're not having that variety of bacteria just because you are eating the same food every single day. I'm eating the same breakfast. I'm eating the same lunch. My lunch is really similar every day. I love my dinner, so I repeat my dinner every day. I eat the same kind of vegetables. So you are never keeping the variety. What's happening with you right now? You are creating that monotony. You are literally creating that dysbiosis just because you don't have the variety of good and bad bacteria. They are not in symbiosis. You're creating that dysbiosis because you're not eating different foods every single week. You're eating the same stuff, blah, blah, blah. So what's happening right now because of this dysbiosis? Your dendritic cells will analyze and say, Maria has too much bad bacteria than good bacteria. We need to activate the inflammation now. And then literally that dendritic cell sends the signals to all the cells here. Hey guys, something's going on with Maria's gut. She's not eating variety of food. There are a lot of bad bacteria and not too much good bacteria. She's not taking care of her small intestine. So we need to activate because this can be dangerous for our system, for our body. Remember, when they are activated, they are protecting you guys. They are protecting you. Why? Because some bad bacteria can literally invade all your system. So that's what you need to avoid. And your immune system is your protector. So what's happening? The dendritic cell sends the signals to all the cells as well, to T cells, B cells, and then a cascade of inflammation start happening. And then those cells, they start releasing, for example, this dendritic cell release a pro-inflammatory molecule called, for example, you don't need to remember this, interleukin 6, interleukin 12, interleukin 17, IL-6. For example, IL-6, you can check in your bloods, when you do a blood test. If you want, one of the things for you to see how is your acute inflammation is when you do a blood test. I'm going to talk about blood tests to blow your mind. So always keep checking these. What's going on inside your immune system? If they are overactive, it's because something's going wrong. Something's a bacteria, anything is happening here. So check what's happening. Let's suppose there is a bacteria here. Example, let's suppose you took antibiotics for too long, 2-3 months taking antibiotics. Now you have a lot of bad bacteria and not too many good bacteria. Like you are literally having dysbiosis without realizing that. One of the signs, you're constantly having bloating. You're constantly having gas. Any food that you're eating, you are having some food reactions. You have headache. Now you are having low energy. Now you are having struggle to sleep. There are some signs going on. That's the sign of what? You're always activating those immune cells. What's happening? The inflammatory molecules that those cells are releasing, interleukin 6, I'm going to put here, interleukin 6, interleukin 12, interleukin 17, TNF alpha. There are many molecules that the inflammation is increasing. Another one that's really famous, a molecule that's super inflammatory to create that protection against a possible bad bacteria, is called cytokines. They start releasing cytokines, and then these areas start with a lot of molecules that are inflammatory to protect. But why? What's happening here? It's because as your small intestine, you are always, because of the type of the food that you're eating, Even healthy food. I'm talking about even healthy food. Just because of a simple healthy food that you don't know that that healthy food is not ideal for you at that time because of everything that's going on inside your gut. What's happening? You literally start having what we call, you will start weakening the line of your gut. You start having what we call leaky gut. It becomes permeable. Literally, it starts becoming weaker. For example, the mucus. Let's suppose you're not having enough glutamine in your food, or aloe vera, or you're not having enough zinc, or you're not having enough vitamin D, or you're not having enough vitamin A. Many, many, many. It's not only those. There are many things. Or you are stressed out for too long, or you are anxious for too long, or you are having insomnia for too long. Anything is weakening that lining. The more this is weakening, the easier for some bacteria to pass through the line of your gut. Guys, that's the worst thing that can happen. Why? Because your immune system will activate more than usual, more than ever. Because this is like last stage. When your dendritic cell check inside your small intestine what's going on, this can start the inflammation, but it's acute inflammation just for you to recover, just to make you stronger, like something that's part of our lives. But when we hit a stage that the line of the gut is so weak, and then there are bacteria passing through the line of the gut, there are viruses, there are some particle of the food, the particle of your protein that you ate, the particle of the fat of, especially protein, the protein from the vegetables, particles passing through this lining, that stage number two, emergency. All your system go to emergency mode. What's happening with you? More cytokines, inflammatory response, more IL-12, interleukin 6, TNF alpha, boom, 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 boom. And then what's happening? There is a big boy that we call, check this out, neutrophils. Neutrophils. You can, when you do a blood test, one of the things that you can check as well is your neutrophils levels. When the neutrophils are really high, it means there's something inflammatory happening. They are the big guys because they come here, they see, guys, what's happening here? There are many inflammation happening, a lot of bacteria invading because they are passing through the line of the gut, going to our system. They literally come. Let's suppose this is the neutrophils, that size here. They are big. They literally release some other compounds to literally neutralize, to clean the area, to cleanse the area. They literally can kill the bacteria that's passing through the line of your gut. The viruses that you have as well can pass, the particles can pass, like all those immune cells, they are literally killing. Boom, 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 boom. No, here, that's our space. You don't attack, you don't go until here. I'm gonna kill you. And then they start killing. And then it literally, guys, it literally starts a war inside your gut. And then you have no idea what's going on. It's beautiful. It's incredible how your body works. And this is happening right now. This is happening right now with most of you who have inflammation. And because of your signs, remember, just by being, if you have, for example, if you have a lot of extra weight, you already increase inflammation. This process can happen already. Just because you have excess of weight, like too much weight, extra weight. If you're stressed out for too many hours, like a lot of things going on, or if you are just anxious, you have a lot of anxiety for too long, this is happening with you. You have IBS, this is happening with you. You have IBD, this is happening. Autoimmune disease, this is happening constantly. If you have any autoimmune disease, if you're having poor sleep, every single time that you don't sleep well, the next day you can literally weaken all those immune cells here. And because they are weak, they are not able to protect you. Can you understand that? How crazy? It's a beautiful orchestra. How our body works like that. And then pay attention to this. Now you go crazy. Now you can ask, Thiago, how this is possible if I have anything related to my brain? For example, Thiago, I can create depression. I can create more stress. My anxiety can affect this. This can happen. My anxiety can be because of my gut, because this is happening. My stress can happen because of this. I'm more likely to be more stressed out during the day because of that. I'm going to say, yes, you are. How, Thiago? I want to know exactly how My gut is affecting my brain. How this is happening? Pay attention now. Pay attention now. Look at that. Remember, this is the line of your gut, right? This is the line of the gut. Your gut is here with all the foods, viruses, bacteria, everything here inside, and then your immune cells right here. Remember that your immune cells are always paying attention to what's going on inside your gut. And then one of those cells in the line of your gut, they are called neuropod cells. Neuropod cells. I'm going to just put here for you to check this out, guys, how crazy it is. I'm going to just select. So this is a neuropod cell. This is another neuropod cell. Those neuropod cells, they are really sensitive to what? To your nerve system. They are literally connected to your hormones as well. They are related to your hormones. Thiago, so are you saying that my gut can produce hormones and can modulate my hormones? Yes, they are constantly, all your gut, your small intestine, the bacteria inside your gut, all those cells, they are literally modulating your hormones and also creating hormones, create even vitamins and minerals, just for you to have an idea. So it doesn't matter only what you are eating, it's everything that's happening inside here as well. Pay attention now. Those neuropod cells in the line of your gut, they are connected with the vagus nerve. Guys, look at me here. Look how crazy it is. Check this out. In your gut, you have neurons. You literally have neurons. Thiago, are you saying to me that neurons? I thought that neurons I had just in my brain. No. You have even neurons in your heart. About 40,000 neurons. In your gut, you have a lot of neurons as well. And this connection, pay attention, that's why your gut is affecting your feelings. Based on how is the bacteria here, based on the type of bacteria that you have, they are sending signals. How? Through this neuropod cell. This neuropod cell, it's connected to your vagus nerve, a nerve, neurons and nerve that sends the signal to your brain. I'm going to use my body here. Check this out. Look at me, look at me. Pay attention, guys. You need to understand what's going on with inside you. The neuropod cell in the line of your gut, they are connected to neurons. Afferent neuron, for example, this afferent neuron is from your vagus nerve. This vagus nerve is the hub connecting your gut with your brain. It's called vagus nerve. That information is sending via electricity, signals. Boom, like, guys, we literally send electricity. Like electricity is happening right now inside us, especially in our vagus nerve. In this vagus nerve, depending on what's happening here, these neuropod cells, they send messages through the vagus nerve to your brain saying what's going on inside the brain or inside the gut. Those neuropod cells send the signal saying, they can say, brain, Maria's gut, there are some type of bacteria, they are bad, they're inflammatory. And she's not having some kind of foods that are producing bacteria that will give her more happiness, more excitement, more dopamine production. She's not focusing on that. So there are bad bacteria here, brain, in Maria's gut. What's going to happen? This message will send to Maria's brain. What's going to happen? The brain will say, oh, really? Okay, so let's release more stress, right? Let's activate adrenal gland, amygdala. The parts in your brain responsible for your stress, for your anxiety are called amygdala. They are literally the alarm. Your brain will say, okay, yeah, Maria is not focusing on her gut properly. I received a message from her gut saying that there are many things messed up over there. I'm going to activate easily the amygdala, the pituitary gland, for her to start releasing more cortisol. Adrenal glands will be activated, and then I will start releasing more cortisol. Guys, that's the communication that's happening. Your gut sends more signal, more information of what's going on to your brain than your brain sends to your gut. Whatever is happening here via electricity from your vagus nerve, because the vagus nerve is connected to those neuropod cells in the line of the gut, they're sending and saying what's going on. Maria is having this. So she's having a good type of, she's feeding her bacteria properly. The amount of prebiotic that she's having is good. So she's having good type of bacteria. She's having enough Akkermansia muciniphilis, the bacteria Akkermansia muciniphilis. She's having enough Prevotella. She's having enough bacteroids. She's consuming enough lactobacillus, haminosus. Maria, and then Jennifer is not having enough good food, like great food. She's increasing some pro-inflammatory bacteria called proteobacteria. More than 5% of proteobacteria here in the gut. Brain, Jennifer is not taking care of her gut because there are a lot of proteobacteria here, more than 5%. There are 50% of the bacteria here are proteobacteria. Signals sending to your brain what's happening with you? Depression. Nowadays, we know because of that gut-brain axis, the person is creating depression. Many of you who have symptoms of depression, you are prioritizing medication, but nobody's telling you that you need to treat your gut for your depression, that you need to treat your gut for you to control your anxiety. Calm down. Calm down. Your gut is affecting. You are receiving signals from your gut. Your gut is messed up. Your anxiety. Oh, Thiago, I'm not stressed out. I'm anxious. You are having the same mechanism. Those people who are stressed out have the same mechanism, physiological mechanism, compared to those who have anxiety. If you're always anxious, you have a business, you are thinking about tomorrow all the time. Tomorrow. I need to do this after. Blah, 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 blah. You're overthinking. You go to bed, you keep overthinking. Anxiety is going higher. Guys, you are having the same mechanism. You are creating that same pattern. You are literally activating. It's all about activating your immune system. For too much, your immune system, because of our protection, is releasing some molecules that are inflammatory. And then you have a lot of molecules that are inflammatory, thinking that they need to kill something, but actually nothing's going on. You're literally, just because of your thoughts, you are ruminating some thoughts, for example. Did you guys understand how beautiful? Guys, this is beautiful. Your body is amazing. It's incredible. When you understand what's going on inside your body, when you go deeper, you know what's going on inside, you literally cry. You literally have joy for yourself. You literally think 3 times when you eat that kind of food. You literally think 3 times when you go to bed for too late because you're watching Netflix. You think 3 times when you're having an argument with your partner. For example, you have an argument with your partner. And then after this argument, you are super pissed off, stressed out, and then you eat. The worst thing that you can do. Because at the same time, you're going to release more insulin hormone at the wrong time. Your insulin hormone, your cortisol hormone will be high at the same time. You're going to store fat easily. And then come back to me here. Come back here. You need to pay attention to that. Remember what I told you, right? So these neuropod cells, they are always paying attention to what's going on inside your gut and sending the message to your brain via vagus nerve. Another thing that's happening as well is you have your neurotransmitter. For example, GABA. GABA is a neurotransmitter for your sleep, for you to rest, for you to calm down. You need to expect releasing more GABA, that neurotransmitter, that production start increasing when it's time to go to bed, right? Another situation, it's time for you to release more melatonin in your brain, in your pineal gland. It's time for you to start releasing more melatonin in the evening as well. So all that cascade, all that orchestra is happening because of whatever is happening inside your gut, because of the bacteria, the viruses, the food. Did you get that? It's all about that, guys. So something simple, exercising. Nowadays, we know there are some papers already showing that just because, pay attention to this, just because you're not exercising enough, you're not populating different type of bacteria in your gut. And because of that lack of variety of bacteria, you create dysbiosis, you weaken the line of that gut, you start creating holes, literally like this one. Guys, more than 50% of you have those holes like that. Boom, boom, boom. Literally, holes. There's no protection. Everything that's happening inside your gut is going to your bloodstream. And then you're over-activating all your immune cells. And then this is increasing more inflammation. So, for example, exercising constantly, not sometimes you start increasing the variety of bacteria in your gut. We know just because of exercise, so there's nothing to do with food. And then you can say, Thiago, Thiago, I exercise twice a week for 30 minutes, Thiago. One example. What's the problem with that when you don't have that consistency? The problem is because nowadays there is a paper at JAMA, published at JAMA, the journal JAMA. Those people who spend 8 hours seated every single day, 8 hours seated every single day, they're more likely to die early for cardiovascular disease. They're more likely to die earlier because they are, even if they're exercising, it doesn't matter. They're exercising for 1 hour. It doesn't matter the time of the exercise, but they are sitting. They spend 8 hours straight seated. They're more likely to die for cardiovascular disease compared to those people who are seated for only 4 hours. So simple activities, simple things that you stand up, you walk a little bit, you don't spend too much time seated. Simple situations like that, you are avoiding all this mechanism of inflammation. Because remember, cardiovascular disease is a consequence of inflammatory environment. Stroke is a consequence of inflammatory environment. The endothelium, the epithelium in your vessels, they start to be inflamed because everything that you are not doing every single day. So start paying attention to this.